What's up, Blizzard Nation? Welcome back to Strictly Blizzness, episode 65. I am here with TV, table, and microphone and cup. How are you guys today? Just kidding. We do have Kathy. Kathy, where are you? How are you?
I am still in lovely Florida. As you can see, I'm kind of like in a bayou wilderness, if you will. Yeah, this is from the outside of our screened-in patio, which thank God it's screened in because I have so many bug bites right now on my ankles and feet. It's not even funny.
Any alligator bites?
No alligator bites, but we did see snakes.
Oh, boy.
We did see snakes, a couple of tree frogs, and some toads, which my sister says they were toads. I say they were frogs, but...
I don't know that. That's like the tomato debate, or is that completely different?
No, frogs and toads are very different, but she can have it if she wants it. That's fine. They were toads, but they were frogs. They were frogs.
Is this the last day?
This is it. We are checking out. That's why I'm actually out here versus in the room, because it's a mad dash to get everything packed. And you think you're prepared with everything you bought until the actual suitcase opens. Then you realize somebody's got an extra carry-on or two that has to get dealt with. So. Yep.
I remember that the last time I went because I had a pair of droids and 2 lightsabers to deal with. So.
Right, and those are big items.
Yep.
So you either have to have like some big bag to put them in or something. Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to put Nora in the suitcase and put the droids in her seat on the plane, but that was frowned upon. So,
yeah, I don't think that wouldn't have been a good idea.
Right? Well, I'm glad it was hopefully awesome, but we're excited to have you back in studio next week as well, because it was weird to have a game without you.
It wasn't, but it was a good game to watch.
Yeah.
I was actually at a park when it was going on, so I was in and out of watching it, which was pretty cool. The guys played very, very well. They really looked like a team. I thought it was going to be the lowest scoring game of the season, but then we had some extra points there at the end that pushed us past that.
Yeah.
But,
great cool game. It was fun to watch. It was, I never really know what all shows up on the YouTube feed, but the military night stuff, for lack of a better word, was incredible. The large flag, the Sergeant Vicky who sang the national anthem. I got asked, like much like the motorcycles with the Army entrance tunnel with green lights and fog coming out of it, if we could bring that back. It's always fun when we do something like that. And we're like, can you bring that back? The motorcycles and that tunnel cut a good 100 kids out of the fan tunnel. So those are like select occasion things. So
yeah. And I think that was the right occasion for it. Yep. And I think it looked great. It looked great on screen. I could see the flag on the field, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
really cool.
It was cool. The swear-in was awesome. I mean, there was a ton of vets that stood up when we recognized them, and a big shout-out to Kids Dental Experts who also sponsored some vets going to the game, but were willing to give up brush to win so we could put a minute and a half honor our servicemen and women in that slot. So, because you want to do that one in a timed quarter break, not in a timeout where you're going to get rushed out of recognizing those who serve. So when I called them, they're like, absolutely, that's fine. So it's always good when partners are in on the night as well.
Yeah. And it showed up really well on screen. It was really cool to see the vets kind of waving to people in the audience.
Yeah.
So that was neat. That was really neat. They're very proud, and they should be.
Yeah, it was. It's one of them, like when we look at I think some of the comments on the final score post, there's just some of the real cool ones of, this is my first one. Thank you for honoring those who serve. We're looking forward to the June 17th game. And that's the cool organic stuff that is happening when we're doing some of that good feel good stuff.
Yeah, I was very impressed. Like I said, and I sent you a couple messages that you did it. And Larry was supposed to also convey that you did a great job. It looked great on camera, and I'm sure it felt great being there as well.
I did. I will say he is not equipped to order sweet food. So I got a call being like, can I still order beer and pizza up in the suite? I'm like, yeah, you're good. He did really good doing a you impersonation, though. He was not down by the pad. He was with a couple people from new partners I had. I will absolutely give credit. He did good to not get pulled down by the pads. He was down there at the beginning of the game. So, yep.
Yes. And he did say he was going to stay in the suite. And then like third quarter, I said, maybe you should stay in the suite more often. So
I'm getting some of that at home right now too, because of work and sports. Kirsten and Cadence and Nora have not been at the last 2 home games. And now I think they've been banned from games. So
hey, I got a special guest with me. It's not Mickey.
Hey,
it's one of my girls.
Yeah. Welcome to your debut.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Introduce yourself for the folks at home. I've always wanted to say that. So,
so I'm Helen Trinkler. I'm Kathy and Larry's daughter. So, yeah, that's me.
Awesome. And because folks at home want to know, who is your favorite Ryan that works for the Blizzard? Careful here.
I had to think about it for a second.
Oh, okay. All those times that I said you're my favorite Trinkler when your mother's not in the room, they no longer count.
Okay.
Well, you have to remember Nappy was one of her teachers.
I know. So that is harder than I think it would be to answer that question, because I know you've known him for a long time. So how was vacay?
It's been good.
Awesome.
Nice and warm.
Guardians of the Galaxy, incredible.
Yes, it's awesome. Probably my new favorite ride.
Wow, that's awesome. And I'm going to go cry quick. You guys can wrap the show. Well, that's cool. I had asked Mom if one of you guys would pop on, so I'm excited. You guys have a pretty awesome mom, and it has been one of my favorite things over my 8, 9, whatever the clock is in Blizzard Land here to get to know you guys. So incredible family.
She's a pretty awesome lady.
Yes. Your sister, on the other hand.
Well, she might be joining us too. So
okay.
In true Kate form, thanks, Helen. In true Kate form, she's packing at the last minute. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I have to give her credit though. She did pack part of her suitcase last night, but she's our late riser. You know, I'll get it done as I'm walking out the door kind of kid.
Yeah.
So you have one, know.
I do. Yeah. I wanted to rewind quick on when I was commenting on that final score post. I just wanted to give a shout out to our social media and marketing team. Some of the stuff we're doing this year is great, whether it's been the farmers market, the most recent video, Blizzard fans, if you haven't checked it out, is our guys doing our own in-game promotions, which I had no clue we were doing, right? And that's when I feel really good about the season and the team we have in place, because stuff's going on without Ryan say go do it, and that means we're in a really good spot. So
I would agree. Selena sent me one, which I follow Instagram, so I saw it on Instagram, but she then sent it to me, and I'm like, kiddo, these are amazing. Yeah. Yeah,
and we struck gold in the intern team this year too. There's just some of those seasons, much like we've been very fortunate at all of them, but the ones you remember with the Joe Kendall Taylor and this wave 100% will be very memorable, and I wish them the best, and I hope I can keep some of them. So
yeah, I mean, it'd be nice if they could come back. They're not all graduated yet, but these are some great individuals for marketing in the future. So any of our Blizzard partners, if you're looking for someone, we've got some great candidates for you once they graduate. That's for sure.
Yep, absolutely.
Maybe even before, because some of them do have time. If you have kind of a part-time slot or social media slot that you need just some part-time help, they might be able to help with that as well in our off season.
Yeah. So not only the game this weekend, we had the kids camp go on. So shout out to 100 kids that were in attendance, and we had a blast. And I want to give major props to the Aurora Baycare team. These kids were all handed their sheets at the end with their metrics on it, and it was just really cool to see. I ran this, you ran that. Next time I'm going to do this better. And it was just a piece we've never had that I had very little to do with. And I absolutely love with what they did with the combine thing. It was so cool.
Yeah, over the years, Aurora has always been a great partner. I should say sponsor. In the last few years, they've become a great partner. in how they're engaging with our fans, with the team. We've always had the great support staff of the trainer, the doctors. That's always been phenomenal. But we've struggled a little bit getting them engaged from a marketing perspective. But in the last couple of years, that has changed. And this event absolutely put them on the radar of parents as to what the capabilities are. And now that they have that new facility going up, all the more reason for them to get engaged. So I think it was fantastic. I would agree with you. I heard from a few parents and a bunch of kids, believe it or not, how much fun it was. So
your granddaughter can move, and she was pushing it, right? You had some kids who were there to hang out with the Blizzard players and didn't know what they got themselves into with the Aurora Combine portion. And then I was blown away. She was motoring, she was sweating. I'm like, boy, this girl's gonna play sports. She is a beast.
She is a beast. And I was waiting for the post of Mimi, look at what I did over Bryce, but I didn't get that. So she was there with her brother. Her brother's just a little bit older than her, but they're both athletic, but she is that kid that's going to go the extra mile from a beast standpoint. So she really wants to play football in high school. Her mom really wants her to play rugby instead, but we'll see. We'll see.
It was cool, and it only helped, much like Laser Show or Colton Dixon concert. Like the Laser Show wasn't a win, but was a super competitive game. Like the kids camp people, about half of them went to military night, and half of them will be coming to 90s night. It was neat for them we came to the game last night. This was so incredible, and then we're instantly doing the camp, and it was cool. And it was really, there's over 2,500 in there. And when we look at the Laser Show, we're like, 2,500. And we've done 6,500 this year. But that's a June game, Blizzard Nation. And that was all the right reasons for the vets. It was outstanding for this time of year. So,
yeah, no, it was phenomenal. And, speaking of attendance, we don't normally post our attendance for the games. And we don't do that for a reason, and I don't know if it's a good reason, but whenever we've posted attendance, obviously we posted it when we had the sellout, so people would know that it was a sellout game. But, in the forum especially, they're asking, oh, what are the attendances I'd like to see as you go through the season? Yeah, you guys are brutal when it comes to anything that we post. So why would we post something just to hear negative comments? We could do that at the end of the season, Ryan, really.
Yeah.
We could show a posting of every game and just show everybody in Blizzard Nation how much it dips come kids getting out of school. Because this last game that we have, this is the one that we struggle to get attendance. We struggle to get fans in their seats, not because school's out, but because school's out and people are going on their vacations up north and just out of the state. So
and we will, while we're on that one, we'll have the word is out now for the people that were in the game. We have a $9 9-day flash sale for 90s night starting on June 9th. I'm not sure I could have said 9 any more times in that sentence, but that's this week, Blizzard Nation. So we will post the details pretty quick here as to what sections, how to order. But that's going to be a blast because that includes the block party, the game, Bombers folks in attendance. It's the kitchen sink game. That's what I'm going to call the last game every season. Throw the kitchen sink, and then you'll hopefully have what Kathy just alluded to there of people showing up.
So let's talk about the block party. What time does the block party start?
Great question. So 5 p.m. Things will be out there. So the inflatables, outdoor arcade, retro video games because it's 90s night. And the concert from our friends with the astronomers out of Fond du Lac will be 5:30 to 6:15. So block party starts at 5, concerts at 5:30, ends in time so you can go inside, get your Singo board and whatever else we've decided to do that night. So there'll be a lot of posts this week on both how to play Singo for those of you folks that aren't familiar with it, how the block party works, because our friends at D2s are going to give you a buy one, get one on a drink just for showing up with your Blizzard ticket at the block party. So already a good start to the night. So there's a lot of stuff coming for that night.
I love fan engagement and I love watching it. If I have to watch a game, I love being there and seeing it.
Yes.
But I do want to give a shout out to a certain someone who is part of this broadcast, who was in the stands, and he was on the feed, and I went, wait a minute, I think that's Drew and his family. So those of you that don't know what Drew looks like, I'm sure he's going to insert a photo or two right here of his version of, I'm not really sure what it was. Was it YMCA Drew? I don't know, but you were doing something with your arms. I'm not sure if that was dance moves. I don't know, but I caught it and I did send it in. So I'd love to have Drew,
explain himself.
No, just insert here.
Tell us more, Drew.
Well, I'm going to do both on that. So not only am I going to insert here, but explain myself. So my version of YMCA is why am I on camera? And that's how I do that. And so those who don't know, I work at PMI with that group of rapscallions up in the control room on camera and all that stuff. And their fun game is, hey, let's put Drew on when he's not paying attention. But I know where all the cameras are. And so I, of course, am sitting there. My daughter is in there doing the YMCA, and all of a sudden I see it. I'm like, there we go. And I'm like, find them. So that is me looking at them doing, why am I here? Why am I doing this? And
they did it more than once. They did it more than once to you.
They generally do. So it's always fun to find the handheld camera down where all the interns stand in that little entranceway. And I'm like, I know he's always watching because it's right across. So that's always a fun little game. And I thought of something too, because I always give them that discouraging look, like, just what am I doing here? What's going on? Why are you guys doing this? But then it dawned on me this morning as I'm driving in, knowing these photos we're going to be talking about. And I was just like, you know what? I'm wearing my Big Bark jersey. I'm sitting there as a Big Bark representative. And all these people in the crowd are like, look at this salty guy. What's his problem? I'm representing my brand and I'm doing it terribly because all I'm doing is looking at my buddies being like, what are you guys doing? Instead, I'm just like, we're just mean here.
I did. When it happened, Kathy, I was immediately on the radio to Benz. I'm like, he's going to kill you. And then Benz is like, you should have seen when we got off of the video with him, what he did to the camera.
File not found on that one.
File not found. Yeah.
Yes, and I'm sure it will get lost wherever it may be at this point.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just wanted to give that quick shout out before we switched gears away from our fans.
Yeah. So thanks for coming out though, Drew. So I always encourage, it's good to see when corporate partners use their tickets. That's awesome. That's why we do those. And that's the benefit of really good seats versus flex. When games like the Laser Show happen, you are guaranteed your seats. So I appreciate you getting your seats used.
Yeah. Well, that's what I appreciate about you guys, you know?
You getting our seats used?
No, just giving me the seats.
Oh, okay, got it. We have anything in IFL land, Kathy?
We do have stuff in IFL land. So the championship tickets have gone on sale. So the way that the tickets are going to work, this pre-sale is on right now. Once we know who's actually going to the game, as far as those final two competitors, those two teams will get an additional 500 tickets for their fans. They will be at a discounted rate, but they're not a guaranteed seat. So you're just going to go into a block of people. So if you are planning on coming to Vegas, I believe you two are coming to Vegas.
The band?
Yeah, you and Drew.
No, U2, the band is coming to.
Oh, U2 is not coming. Okay, I missed that.
Where
that
the streets have. No... Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, there will be no names on the street.
Well played.
By the time you're done drinking in Vegas, the streets have no name other than it's the strip. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, the tickets have, like I said, there's all this tiered approach that they have done. We, as the Blizzard, have a block of tickets as well, which, Ryan, you did send out an email. You want to talk about that a little bit? That was the pre-sale email?
Yeah, the pre-sale email and the post is out. So there is a link in there that you can go purchase the Blizzard specific ones, and that's per team. So that might have been wordsmithed a couple times by a bunch of different teams of the league, because the league has done a good job of checking everybody's posts. Because that's kind of a new process for all of us, is to have blocks of tickets and an offsite championship game, but that all is live now, and that is in an email blast I sent to corporate partners, and it is living on the Facebook page on how you can get those tickets too. I didn't click through yet, so I don't have an answer on the price. I probably should do that, but we did. That is all out there now.
So there are different tiers of pricing, from $50, I believe, to $250 per ticket. So it's definitely a championship game and being billed as such. The tickets have been selling, so that's what I've been hearing. But again, it's all over Vegas that the championship is out there. Yeah. They're doing quite a bit of advertising locally within Vegas. So, even the weekend of, if people are popping in just by chance to Vegas that weekend in August, there will definitely be opportunity to fill the stands. And I know the Dollar Loan Center is working on some of their corporate partners as well to promote the game for the next 2 years as well. So we do plan on having a full house. I do ask Blizzard Nation, if you are planning on going to the game, please sport some Blizzard gear when you're in the stands. I would, of course, love to be there. Right now, our hopes for the playoffs they're still there.
Yeah.
But an act of God has to happen on so many levels. Certain people have to lose. We have to win throughout. So these next couple of games are very, very important. And this game coming up with Massachusetts is key. And then, of course, a game after our June 17th game is also key, which is when we go to Frisco. So we have an away game this week. We're home, and then away again for the remainder of the season. So some very important games for us because they are all in conference, as we've talked about before. Yeah,
it's check the standings after every week type equation right now. So it's
right. You talk about a wild card. It would be a wild card kind of situation at the very end there, maybe going 2 or 3 deep into our position standings that we've been talking about for how you get to the conference championship.
Yeah, so. Did Sioux Falls beating Iowa help or hurt? It was kind of meh because I didn't really.
Yeah. I think it helped us.
Okay.
I think it helped us. Yeah.
We play Sioux Falls twice in the rest of the season here. So
in order for it to help us, we have to win both of those games. Yeah.
So take advantage of the flash sale. Come out on June 17th, the Blizzard game, because that'll be the first time, I believe, in history we beat Sioux Falls at home on the 17th, when we beat Sioux Falls at home. So
yeah, we came close once, but yeah. That's all I had from IFL standpoint is a championship game for now.
Awesome. We should have, by the time this airs, Blizzard Nation, the Cornerstone Mortgage Player of the Week. I don't have the answer this time as to who it is. I was waiting from the stat line from Joey and Sam. I should have that today, so pay attention on social media. James was all over the field again, but my guess is it's our new running back, and I apologize, I don't know his Whitfield's last name. And Keyshawn Taylor both had a heck of a game. So
yeah, it was Brown. He amazes me.
Yeah.
He just amazes me.
He's in every play.
He really is. Like, all of a sudden you cut the camera cuts a little bit, and then there's Brown. Yep, there he is. Yeah, I love watching him play.
Mark did make the announcement and music afterwards for you now. Now James just said he's got to learn to dance, he said. So
nice. Good. Yeah, he does some kind of move out there. Maybe that's his dancing. I'm not really sure. But hey, shout out to Jordan Mosley. I actually was conversing back and forth with him this past week. He played with Duke City last year.
Yep.
I don't know if you remember him.
Yep.
From back in the day. We were just going back and forth. Right before COVID hit, he was going out to China to play in that league. I don't know if you remember that. We had a couple of players that went to do that. So he's doing good. He, of course, wants to play football. So I had told him, hey, I'll let Corey know if he's looking for any linemen that you're available. So, always good to hear from our former teammates.
Yes.
Always good.
Yeah.
And speaking of teammates, I think we have a former teammate going to show up on the show next week.
Yes, we should have another partner as well. Aaron Aiken from.
Oh, I just went like this. Like, don't say.
Oh, okay. Not Aaron Aiken from nowhere that we've ever known before. Will. Never. That's what I get for having a Kathy-sized window. Like.
Got the little window.
Yes. Yep.
So you might as well say it now. Give a lowdown on what we're going to be talking about.
Yeah, Aaron Aiken from Kalo, which is a hemp-infused seltzer, and they're our post-game party sponsor. It's probably less awkward that it's next week since we didn't just play them as well. So
True.
people are like, why did you have a Quad Cities player on the show? Well, he's kind of a sponsor too, so partner. But yeah, we'll have Aaron on to probably fire off a couple questions just about the brand and maybe, I don't know, debunk some of the myths around hemp-infused things in CBD. And just, I know it's picking up steam in the area here at Woodman's, at D2's, so he's doing a really good job. So
yeah, and as far as Aaron goes, so because some people have asked, well, why isn't he playing for you if he's one of your sponsors? Well, he was done with football, and then all of a sudden he showed up on Quad Cities radar, but he lives down there.
Yeah.
So it made it more convenient for him down there in that Illinois area than up in Wisconsin. So
yeah, I will say, I mean, shout out to him because that's a classy / tough thing to do, to go be your brand ambassador after the team you played for just lost the team you used to play for. And then you're showing up at their post game party to run your table. So that takes a different type of dude. So
yeah. But that just shows, we've had some not so great people in the sportsmanship category over the years. But we've also had some great players that, whether they're on another team now or they're from another team coming to our team, a lot of people don't see in the fifth quarter how these guys interact with each other. They're friends. They know each other. They went to college together in some cases. Sometimes they played on the same team for a period of time. They come back to their brothers who they used to play with and say hey to their coaches and former players. So I think that shows the men that we have and the sportsmanship of those individuals. So I think that's pretty cool across the league, how these players interact. I think it's really cool, actually.
Absolutely.
It's more than just an opponent. It's the game. They love the game. They love what they do, and it shows. It shows. Indeed.
What else you got? That was an action-packed episode.
It was action-packed. No Kate. Kate didn't come out, so
that's fair.
I apologize.
It's all good.
Our graduation girl is knee deep in packing and probably has her headphones in and can't hear anything. So
yeah. Well, that's what I got, Blizzard Nation, unless Boss Lady has anything else from the Mouse Land.
The Mouse Land, no, but I'm gonna switch my phone here to see if you can. So we're on the lake, and I can't really zoom in too well, but do you see a boat moving in the background?
Yeah.
So that is the ferry that takes you to Magic Kingdom.
Oh, so okay. Now I can picture where you're positioned, having seen that boat, because you see that boat from the entrance to the castle, correct? Back and forth all the time, that ferry?
You do, but you're talking more about where you might see it from the Polynesian or the Grand Floridian. We're kind of tucked. We got to kind of go out of a bay before you get to where you're talking about.
Got it.
So the Wilderness, we're at the Wilderness, which is near Fort Wilderness, which is the campground, as I had said last week. So we're kind of tucked a little bit more in swamp / Bayou World.
Got it. New Disneyland, anyway. Bayou World.
Bayou.
Well, right. Should we hit him with it virtually one more time before we actually hit him with it next week?
I'm going this way. I'm going
Other
this
way.
I'm going this way.
Yes. Yes.
All right. We got a virtual. Let's hit him with it.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's hit him with it. Go Blizz.
Go Blizz.
Don't forget to like, follow,
subscribe,
share,
and ring that notification bell to get all of our content in your inbox.